I'm going to show you every single step you need to take so you can get your first customer online. If you have a service-based business, maybe you're a photographer or you have a marketing agency, anything service related, then this video is for you. I'm gonna go through the same exact steps that I used to go from $0 broke photographer to working with over 200 brands and making $2,500 in a day with a completely new business. We are going to cover your offer, how you can reach out to your clients, and how you can sell to those clients. Step number 1, crafting an irresistible offer they can't say no to. There's only two ways to get your first client. There's the easy way and there's the hard way. Hard at the beginning, at least. What does hard actually mean? You basically pitch and ask for money directly, which means you don't offer any free services. Why is it hard and not so good at the beginning? First of all, you don't know if your product or service is good at all. You have zero proof and client testimonials, which also just makes your life harder. You will get discouraged as a beginner because of high rejection rate, which means if you don't have testimonials, if you don't have proof to show why your service is good, your clients will reject you. Also, clients don't trust you and they get thousands of similar requests for money, which is why we're gonna use a special strategy and you will still be able to charge them money later on. So let's go to that. There's the easy way, and when I started, I actually accidentally chose the easy way because I worked for free and then I transitioned to paid. So first, let me share a story with you of how I accidentally discovered this. Back in 2019, I was hanging out with a good friend of mine at a coffee shop in Vienna. We were discussing about business, maybe starting a social media agency. I was obsessed with photography at that time, so I always had a camera with me. Since we were spending a lot of time at a coffee shop, we got to know the owner, Ali. He didn't really know us, but he noticed one thing. It was my camera. So one day he asked me if I could help him out with some photos for his social media. And of course I said yes. And I did it for free. I was so excited I couldn't allow myself to disappoint him. So I did the best I could at the time. I spent hours shooting everything and then hours editing everything. But at the end he was extremely happy with the results. And that free shooting led to an amazing friendship, which is still going on right now, and something really cool. My first paid client, which also brought me the credibility since guests from the coffee shop noticed me when I was taking photos, which then brought me even more clients. And back then I didn't know how powerful this was, which leads us to crafting an irresistible offer, which of course you're gonna offer for free just at the beginning. And our goal is to make it so good they will want to pay you for it. Now, how can we even craft an irresistible offer they can't even say no to? Step number 1 is to know who your client is. And I'm not exaggerating, you really need to know one-to-one who your client is. So let's say you are a fitness trainer, for example. Your dream clients are men 25 to 39 years old, earn at least 10K a month. They can afford their $1,000 products without even flinching. They hate their body, they are ashamed of taking off their shirts, they've been struggling with weight loss for years, they are desperate, they are insecure. Women even find them disgusting and they struggle with finding a woman because of their weight. Their biggest desire is finally losing weight, getting a physique that is attractive. You need to really dig deep in your client's pains and problems. This is extremely important and I can't emphasize it enough. So what's your goal with this task? You should be able to describe the pains, problems and desires better than they do. Why? Because clients don't trust you if you have no testimonials of proof. As I said at the beginning, your main goal is to get them to trust you. But if you get them on a Zoom call and you can show them that you really understand and you can describe their problems even better than they do, they will feel like, fuck yeah, he really gets me, and he will want to buy from you. This builds trust and creates a lot of desire into your prospect's mind. They will want your offer. How can you research those pains, problems and desires? You can go to Reddit, you can even work with ChatGPT, or you can do Facebook groups. Let's take a real estate marketing agency, for example. This is simply something I found on Reddit. Biggest complaints about marketing agencies, and there's no biggest complaints when it comes to working with marketing agencies. Everything's like being sold the next one, being another team member. So this is a problem. If you're a marketing agency and you see this is what you're going to solve. So you can even include this into your own copy, that you are going to be the person who is handling the marketing, not some Indian or Pakistani guy you are paying with $10. So these are basically the biggest problems of marketing agencies. They are really expensive and they do a shitty job. Your goal is to make your offer in such a way you will reassure them that you are not like the other marketing agencies. And this works for any other niche. You do the same, you research what are the problems, you write them down, you see what they struggle with the most. But there's one way that is probably even the best way to find out what they want without any Reddit research. And you also get direct testimonials from them by doing this. Before we can do that, we need to finish our irresistible offer first, which is also step number 2, crafting your irresistible offer. And for that, we're gonna use Alex Hormozi's book. It costs like $1, whatever. Even if it will cost $500, I would still buy it because it's so good. So the main thing to craft your irresistible offer is to use this value equation. So let's take a fitness trainer as an example, again, because it's probably the simplest thing to understand. Your client's dream outcome is probably losing 10 kgs of body fat. Then you have the perceived likelihood of achievement, which is how likely is it that your client is going to lose those 10 kgs of body fat. Then we have the time delay. How long is it going to take for them to lose those 10 kgs of fat? And then we also have the effort and sacrifice, which basically means how much sacrifice do they need to take and how much effort does it take to lose those 10 kgs. So to make this even simpler, our goal is to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement. How we can do that? You can do that via testimonials. You can reassure them that you maybe helped 50 other people exactly like him with exactly those problems. You actually help them lose 20 kgs of fat, which means you increase the perceived likelihood of achievement because you're reassuring him that there has been 50 other men exactly like them who you have helped achieve double what his dream outcome is. So as I said, our goal is to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement. Then we have the time delay. We need to decrease this one. So the dream outcome is lose 10 kgs of body fat. You reassure them with a perceived likelihood of achievement. So how long does it take for them to lose those 10 kgs of fat? So we've helped these people lose 20 kgs of fat in 2 months, for example, which is already really low. And then the next point is the effort and sacrifice, which we also need to reduce. How much effort and sacrifice does your dream client need to take in order to lose those 10 kgs of fat? Our goal is to reduce this. Let's say don't have to give up any food that they love. They don't have to diet for years before they lose that weight, and they don't need to sacrifice 10 hours in the gym every single day. To make this even easier to understand, the bigger the dream outcome is, which can be 50 kgs instead of 10 kgs. The bigger the perceived likelihood of achievement is, the lower the time delays, the less time it takes, as low of an effort and sacrifice as possible means you can ask for more. So if you're a fitness trainer, you can probably ask for $200 a month for coaching. But if you had a special pill that will help them lose 50 kgs of body weight instead of 10, with over 1 billion people who've done it again and again, which helps you lose those 50 kgs in 2 months, and the effort and sacrifice being as little as taking a pill every day, which is as low as it can get. No need for diet, no need to go to the gym at all. You're simply losing that weight. That is $1 billion value. We can do this super simple with ChatGPT. So we are gonna copy this image, simply paste it to ChatGPT, as you can see here. And we're going to act as a 180 IQ fitness trainer specializing in weight loss. You have the marketing benefits, you need to craft an irresistible offer. Using the value equation I attached, I wanted to give you 3 different variations of such an offer that I can use everywhere on my socials, landing pages, and in my course. Also, note that this is a simple example. You need to add the exact pains, desires, and problems as we discussed. The results from ChatGPT will be really way better and tailored to your own dream customer. Can't emphasize enough how important this is, really. So this is what we got from ChatGPT, which I'm telling you, it's simply amazing. And I didn't give him any information at all. He simply took it and did something with whatever he knew. So imagine if he had every single pain point of your gym customer. This is the first offer. Drop 10 pounds in 28 days without counting calories or giving up your favorite foods. So the dream outcome is lose 10 pounds fast. Perceived likelihood, no calorie counting or cutting favorite foods out, which feels doable. The time delay, 28 days. So they can basically drop 10 pounds in 28 days without counting calories. The effort and sacrifice is low because they basically have no food restrictions or tracking. This is amazing. Offer 2, we guarantee you lose 15 pounds in 90 days or we coach you until you do for free. So the likelihood of achievement is really high. Their dream outcome is here. It's amazing. How likely is it that they will achieve it? Highly, because they get a guarantee and accountability. Time delay 90 days. Yeah, we could improve some stuff here, of course, but for now it's amazing. You can do this in less than 5 minutes and we're basically gonna get clients like that. Another note, if you're a complete beginner, you will do the work for free. This will bring you so much experience and those clients will pay you once you ask for money. I promise you that. But your stuff needs to be good. So your number one goal is to offer as much value as you can for free for now. If you already have some experience, of course you can already ask for money and you can basically skip the giving away stuff for free. But even then, I would still do it for free at least. Let's take an agency for example. You bring your client 5 new clients a month for free simply by managing their social media. Or as a personal trainer, you help them lose 10 pounds of fat in 4 weeks for free. You get them to trust you by doing this because you're giving them value for free. You're giving them clients for free. You're showing them what you do simply works. And then, and only then, you can ask for money because you've shown them that it works. And now, because they trust you, you can ask for money and they will give you that money happily because you've shown them that what you're offering, what you're selling works. That's why I'm saying if you have no testimonials, no reviews, they have zero reason to trust you, which means you can't ask anyone for money. That's why I'm saying if you already have some results, some testimonials, yes, you can start sending out your offer, even if you're asking for money directly, but your results need to speak for themselves. If you want to write irresistible mails they cannot ignore, step number 2, which is finding and pitching clients, aka writing mails they can't ignore. I'll even give you a copy-paste example I used myself that got me my biggest retainer client so far. It was around 3K a month. So number 1, finding clients. How do you even find those clients? The first thing you could do is simply use Fiverr scrapers. It only costs around $15 to $20 for about 100 emails. It looks like this. Simply list building services on Fiverr. These guys are simply gonna ask you about your dream client. You can tell them your niche, where are they from, and they're probably gonna use some AI software to give you those emails they find on LinkedIn or whatever social media, depending on your niche. So you're getting like 100 email lists from possibly 100 fat people from your area. If you're a fitness trainer. In my case, I work B2B, so I paid them, I think I paid them like 30 euros. So they gave me around 100 email, 100 different businesses from Germany, from the niche I was working in. Then you have the medium difficulty one, which is manual Instagram reach outs. You're reading comments, you are saving ads, posts recommended, you're looking for clients manually on Instagram. Or number 3, which is they find you inbound leads, which are, you can do Fiverr gigs, takes some time. Ads require some know-how. I don't recommend ads if you're a beginner. And then the third one, and probably the most important one long-term, is building a personal brand. It could be Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. The problem is it requires some know-how and it takes usually a long time. But if you know what you're doing, this can be really fast and effective as well. Reels that go viral, builds loads of trust and is free. I will give you a content strategy I will use right now on Instagram as a bonus tip because I'm a really nice person. Step number 1, find one main platform. LinkedIn for professionals, Instagram for stuff like photography, car detailing, personal trainers, doesn't matter. Step number 2, write down 3 to 5 top creators from your niche or similar ones. So you're gonna go look for creators that are getting a lot of views, people you like, people you admire, people you follow yourself on social media. You will check their profiles and save every post that went somewhat viral in the past 1 to 3 months. This is an example. This is James Smith. So you see, these are the top posts he's done. He's even saved them. These posts are outliers because they have 3.5 million views, 3.8 million views. You will basically save posts like these, and then you will replicate 30 posts based on the viral posts you saved. So you're gonna save at least 30 posts and you're going to replicate everything. You do not copy them. Please just don't be a moron. You get inspiration from the format and apply your own style to it. Also, you don't really have the time to reinvent the wheel, especially at the beginning, because content that works already exists. You simply take it, improve it, repackage it, and then sell it. You also do this once a month. You have a fixed social media, filming and editing day, and you batch everything in one go. It's the most simple way to do content. The number one most important thing when it comes to content that brings you clients and get views is the value you're offering and the hook. So you need to focus on these two. 80% of your focus should go into the hook, which are the first milliseconds of your video. That will be the visual hook, which is what you are seeing. It needs to be interesting. There's the audio hook, what you are hearing, and then there's the text hook. In this case, this will be somewhat of a text hook as well, which is also the visual one because you see him in front of a whiteboard, and then what he's probably saying in the video is asking you if you are fat. So of course you are going to listen to him and you're gonna want to watch his video if you hear why are you fat or something similar to that. And your goal is to basically combine all 3 of these elements to make sure you hook your audience, you give them a reason to watch the rest of your video. But now you're probably asking yourself, okay, but how the fuck do I get them to reach out to me? I make views, but I get 0 clients. That's where ManyChat comes into play. You've probably already heard about it. But you give out a lead magnet for free. A lead magnet means something for free. You capture the emails and they receive a free product. But it needs to be something of value. For example, free PDFs. And please don't give away a free PDF in 2025. Just don't. You need to give out way more value than that. No one cares about your PDF. Your goal is to get their email address and name. You can offer them value per mail, get them to trust you, and eventually pitch them onto your services and products. But okay, I want to get clients right now, not just post content for the next 30 days. That's where manual outreach comes into play. You contact them manually, you get them on a call, and then you sell them onto your services or products. You write them an email with the free irresistible offer you built using ChatGPT. You get them on a Zoom call, and then you pitch them onto that free irresistible offer, or not free if you already have the proof. You will use ChatGPT to help you write such an outreach mail. Super short, pitching this free irresistible offer. You can write something like, using your 180 IQ expert marketer brain, write an email I can bulk send to my dream avatar. Pitch the irresistible offer you just wrote, but make one thing clear. I'm offering it to them for free, no strings attached. Also, another bonus tip for you, you can send them a Calendly link directly into your email because it converts way better, and 99% of the people will say yes. If you don't know what Calendly is, it's basically a super short link, exactly like here, where they can simply choose your free available dates for a call, and then they can book your Zoom call directly. They also get an email with a Zoom link, which makes everything so much easier. This is a marketing agency example. The subject line needs to be really good. So it could be something like this: you've probably been burned by agencies before, let me help you, or let's fix that. If you're like the most founders I speak to, you are tired of paying agencies that overpromise, underdeliver, and leave you wondering where the money went. So we are targeting the problems we discussed at the beginning. So here's a wild offer. Let me work for you for free for 30 days. No strings, no BS, just results. We'll bring you more revenue in 30 days than any agency ever has. If we don't, you walk. If we do, we'll talk about what long-term will look like. This is already a pretty good offer. I would personally say yes to this one just to see whatever they're about. I will jump on a call with them. This is what they're doing next. Super simple. They don't have to do anything. The only thing they have to do is click here, and in 10 minutes, you're pitching them on that offer. Also, if you have a good portfolio and track record, make sure to include that in your mail. Example, I've worked with 200 brands. Here is a ChatGPT prompt. You can use it, doesn't matter which niche you are in, and I've also attached a link to it into my description, which is my lead magnet for you in today's video. What's the actual secret for results? Volume. You are going to write 10 to 20 mails every single day, and this is minimum. If you want it really bad, you will even write 100 mails. I had to do that at the beginning. You can even use software like Instantly to send out personalized bulk mails. And this is another gem I'm dropping you for free. Which now brings us to step number 3, which is how to sell in a call, how to sell them onto your irresistible offer and make money. But if you don't understand this one thing, you will not succeed. You need to stop thinking about what you get out of the deal. Fuck the money for now. Ask yourself what they get out of this deal. Focus on delivering as much value as you can and get them the best results they have ever seen. Make your stuff so good they will feel stupid not paying you for that. And I can promise you, if you actually deliver them those, I don't know, 5 clients with free work, they will want more than 5 clients and they will pay you to bring them those clients. So what are you going to do? Number 1, you gain their trust by delivering value for free. You will then make them an offer for money, and then you get their testimonial. This is why it's important to offer them as much value as you can and get them the best results they've ever seen, even for free, because the testimonial from them is worth so much more than the money you would have earned from it. But now your emails worked, got them on a call. What the actual fuck do you do now? You write down a super simple sales script using ChatGPT. Again, this ChatGPT is making our lives so much easier. You explain your offer in the most simple terms you can. Think 3rd grade reading level. And for that, we are going to use the closer formula to write that script, which I also got from Alex Ramosi. Number 1, C. First letter C. Connect. You build quick rapport and set the tone. Hey, Alex, super glad we could connect. I've been looking forward to this. How's your day going? And before we dive in, just so I can make this really useful for you, can you give me a quick snapshot of what you're working on and what you're hoping to improve right now? You simply build a rapport, you set the tone. 2nd letter, which is the L, learn. You dig into their pain and bottlenecks. So you're basically questioning them even more about their problems you're already aware of course. For example, what's been the biggest challenge for you lately when it comes to problem? What have you tried so far and how did that go? What would a win look like for you in the next 30 to 60 days? Your main goal is to simply learn as much as you can about their problems. If you can get them to tell you their problems, you can later on target specifically those problems he told you about. And you're also showing them that you are listening. So you let them talk, you take notes, and you mirror their language back later. The third letter is the O, offer insight. Show you understand and position your solution. I actually had a client in a similar situation. His name was Dan, exactly like you. And we managed to change everything by using that. I don't know, it doesn't matter. And from what you shared, I'm 100% confident we can help you get that result that also Dan got and Mark got and Eli got. Fourth letter is the S, show the offer. Now you dropped the irresistible offer. So here's what I would suggest. I want to work with you completely for free for the next 30 days. I'm gonna help you fix that or get that outcome for free, no strings attached. If you love the results, which I promise you will, I'm going to make you an offer specifically for you. We can chat about what working together long term could look like. If not, no stress, no pressure, no strings attached. 5, which is the E. The fifth letter, which is E, eliminate objections. You pre-handle the biggest fears. If you know your audience, you already know what comes. And this works because I only offer it to people who I know I can help. And I'm really selective about who I work with. I didn't send this email to 100 other clients. I only sent this to 5 people. One is you and the other 4 are people I know I can help doing this. Even if it's not 100% correct and you sent out the mail to more, just be sure you really can help them and not just do some bullshit. Because if your free work is shit, you're not gonna get paid. The last letter and the 6th one is the R, recommend. Next step. Job right now is to start working with them. If you're in, let's get started and send you over the next steps right after this and we'll start everything. Does that sound good for you? So yeah, that's it basically. Now your only job is to deliver the best fucking service they have ever gotten. You under promise, you over deliver, and after you get 3 to 5 positive results, you can start asking for money. And I mean asking for money directly. You're going to ask for money after offering them the free value. Once they're convinced, once they trust you, once they've seen what you can do, you can then really start pitching people directly with money, even in calls. Get them to schedule a call, send them those emails. You pitch them your offer. You're gonna impress them with your offer because now you have the proof, you have the testimonials from working for free with at least 3 to 5 people, and then you reapply this closer formula. If you struggle with getting the free clients to pay you, you can simply, after 30 days of delivering those services for free, you deliver them a lot of value and you know that you deliver them clients or whatever, you can simply tell them, since my capacities are getting full, I can't really continue doing your service for free, but I've made a special offer just for you because we've already worked together. And this is what I've already told you a few seconds ago. Once you have the testimonials, once you have the results, you can pitch directly onto your paid offer, since you really have the results to back you up. You combine this with a personal brand strategy I gave you and you will print money. And if you only take one thing out of this video, it should be this one. You should offer as much value as you can. Please just offer as much value as you can and build trust, because once you build this trust, they will basically trust you with their money and they will pay you. And I really wish I understood this 3 years ago when I started. Simply build trust, give value, focus on your clients' results. If you want a full strategy to go from 0 to 10K a month in 2025, simply watch this video here. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.